All right, so we're gonna get into this one. Attack Attack is a band that was part of my youth. I very much loved Attack Attack while they were around. I have not heard this song. I really fully do not expect to like it. Yes, that's a little biased. I'm gonna give it a chance though, because I could be very wrong. I could love this. This could be the best song in the world to me. Um, I have a very strong opinion on when bands are no longer the original band members, and especially when vocalists leave and the band has changed entirely when it comes to their sound. I think that it's wrong to maintain the same band name, specifically because if I have bought merch from this band and they are now putting out shit music, I'm going to be really sad when I rep that merch. I have an example of that later. But uh yeah, Attack Attack was definitely a big part of my youth back when Crabcore was the thing. And, you know, got my old like back to the old days. So, seeing that Attack Attack has released new music, knowing that the crucial members that made it what it was are not present, um, I am not expecting it to be the same style of music. I don't even think I listened to their last release. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember what the last release was. I know that after Caleb left, I no longer was, you know, listening to it. So anything that's come out recently, I haven't given a chance yet. So this is going to be my first time trying to give it a chance. And I really hope that it doesn't disappoint me because Attack Attack had such a huge bearing on music back in their era. And I feel like by not presenting that, and if it is a drastic change, it kind of tarnishes the name of the band. That being said, this does have a Will Ramos feature, and I very much love his vocals. I just sincerely hope that it's not something thrown in here solely for the purpose of garnering listens, which it most likely is. And that's, that's common having features from bands that are very popular to kind of bring your band into the spotlight. I just hope that he doesn't carry the song. So it's 3 minutes, 7 seconds. That could be good. We're going to give it a chance. And this is Attack Attack. Dance.
Dance, that wanna dance, that wanna dance.
I'm going to give it a chance.
I wanna dance, that wanna dance, that wanna dance, that wanna dance.
Starting off good. I'm going to stop there for a minute. I was feeling it. I was feeling it in that first part. It was going good. But is this the chorus? Because if it is, I don't like it. And I'm not going to elaborate on it yet, but I did not like that transition at all. I think that the beginning had a lot of potential, and this just threw up in my face. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to give it a chance. We'll see if there is redemption, but not where I was hoping this would go. I have some thoughts. I have some deep thoughts. I have some not so good thoughts. I don't know what they thought they were doing with this song, but I'm really disappointed in it. Ramos carried the song. That's what I didn't want. I'm going to interlude for a second because there's a specific way that I feel about this. So, the exact way that I actually feel about this is like, just want you want to put boxing gloves, we'll fucking box because I hate this song. It's terrible. Uh, I don't think that it's terrible because they are not good artists. So let's clarify that. I think that it's terrible because they didn't utilize the actual potential that they have as artists to make a song that is not just something radio regurgitating. This song chorus sucks. I feel like when they wrote it, they knew that it sucked. I feel like they knew that there was an opportunity to make a song, but they didn't know how to compose it enough to really meet what they're capable of. So it takes a lot for me to not like a song, especially from a band that is carrying the legacy of a band that I love. So just, we're going to do this in a polite critique. So I'm not going to say that they're not capable. I think that they're perfectly capable as artists, just based on, this is one song. I will listen to other songs to give them a fair chance. But if any single one of them sound like this, or if all of them sound like this, Attack Attack is officially out my window, um, for good, because I don't think that that is the proper way to carry on a band legacy. Call it harsh, call it what you will. We are all entitled to our own opinions, and I just simply don't like this. So, if we're going to go back and kind of analyze the song itself, very beginning had a lot of potential. So, this section, so up until we transitioned to the chorus, there was potential. It had the electronic style sound. There was a good backing track that complemented the instrumentals, and the vocals were akin to some of the later work of Attack Attack, so definitely potential. Now, when we get into the chorus, not only is it repetitive, it has been repeated at least 3 times in the song unnecessarily, and it's just not a very hooky chorus. It's not. I mean, if you like bands like Starset, maybe this would be up your alley. But going from a style of music that Attack Attack is known for, even when we transitioned to the period where Caleb was the front man, Caleb Shomo of Beartooth, when we transitioned to that period, even then, there was a lot more composure when it came to writing the choruses. It was not just utilizing some of the successes of other bands, because what this sounds like to me is that it's trying to follow the lead of things like Electric Callboy, not because of the electronic style, but because it seems like it's trying to write a catchy chorus or something that people will have stuck in their head, but it doesn't execute it to a degree that this band is capable of. I don't think that the artists individually are, not well. I don't think that they're not able to do better. I just think that based on this song, especially when you pull such a big feature like Will Ramos, to bring the song to life, you should at least have a chorus that can be integrated into the song and make it more umph, as opposed to this. They wanna dance, 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 dance. Let me see your funky hands, 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 hands. You wanna... And it's just not, from my perspective, it's just not good practice to continuously repeat one word as your chorus. Dance, 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 dance. Let me see your hands, 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 hands. To me, that reminds me of I don't remember what it's called. It's like that little Wednesday from the Addams Family, the most recent show. It's like the dance that goes with that, and there's a song that says hands a bunch in it, and it reminds me of that. And it's not conducive to a good music good music environment. Um, you know, Will's feature is of course great, and I really wish that the vocalist for Attack Attack took on more of Will's portions to really show that this is a song by them, as opposed to letting the feature be the leading focal point of the song, because it was. Because, see, the electro sound works perfectly with this. And even if the vocalist of Attack Attack is not capable of doing vocals to this degree, in the original segment over here, it was fine. It fit perfectly. And it was that contrast between something being heavy with the vocal style and something being light, poppy, a little bit more, dance related. And I feel like if the artist had allowed themselves more confidence, then I think that this song would have been executed better. Because everybody knows that Will can sing, but this is not a song for him. This is a song for Attack Attack to show what they are capable of. Because we know that having a feature like this is going to bring in more listeners than maybe some of their songs individually would. So to me, I feel like this didn't hit that mark that it should have. I definitely, like I said, I'm going to give him another chance. I'll probably just pause my recording and tag it onto this. I'm going to listen to whatever the next suggested one is. Actually, I might be able to just pull it up. Actually, no, you're not going to see my tabs. You don't need to see all my tabs. So I'm going to pause it here and then pick it up here. So that time frame you didn't see. And um ironically, the next suggested song was called One Hit Wonder. So we're going to give this a quick listen. If it gets to the point where, we're halfway through and it's just not a good song, I'm going to stop it. I'm not going to waste my time. But, it's not fair to analyze a band based on one single song. I think that in order to get an idea of if you like that band, even if you hate the first song, you should at least listen to 5 or 6 different things that they've put out over the course of time. So I know old Attack Attack. I know that I love them. This is new. So, picking off of some of their recent work is more fair than basing an assessment on one song alone. And we're going to try. We're giving them an opportunity. This is definitely an opportunity to redeem themselves. So, will they do it? I don't know. It's called One Hit Wonder. Let's give it a try. going to stop it here because one, it's sad to consider yourself a one-hit wonder. Have more confidence. I get that it's a song. I get that it's cheeky. I get the play on words, but it actually does feel like there's not a lot of confidence in this. And you can tell by the way that the songs are executed because there is ample momentum when the song begins. Both songs so far, up until the chorus, has a good chunk of potential. Like that gives me a little bit of Silverstein vibes, and then I'm this next part. I don't know why that gives me Backstreet Boys vibes, but it does. But it, it shows that there's a capability there. It's just the choruses. It feels like they either A, rush to put this out to make a point, or B, they have a direction that they want to go, but it hasn't been decided yet because the songs don't read as confident. There are a lot of examples when a band is confident because you can tell by the way that the song conveys, you can tell that the structure of the song is well put together and that the chorus flows very nicely through the song. Where in this case, it seems like a lazy chorus as well. So the first one, definitely a lazy chorus. This one still has that feeling of, it's not as thought out as some other bands might be. It's just, it's the same thing. It's not very well composed in the chorus. The rest of the song so far has sounded fine. I really feel like this would be the stopping point. I'm going to continue just to kind of give it a chance, but I feel like the next verse is going to be very similar to the previous verse. I don't expect a lot of difference.
Three, two, one, I'm a one-hit wonder. Crab has struck the region. A massive crab has struck the region. Aftershocks are expected. Whatever changes, it's all simulation. I lock and load. Rack 'em and tag 'em and bag 'em and stack 'em like dominoes.
I feel like it's going to go right back. And then it's just going to finish out with the same repetitive whatever. It's not going to be anything exciting. I can already tell I can continue, but I don't feel like I need to. I think that this band needs to listen to some of the older songs that Attack Attack had and draw inspiration. Because if you're going to mention Crabcore, if it's going to be your selling point, especially because this band name is so tied to that style of music, then you have to present Crabcore. Because this is a little bit of radio rock with some electro influences. It is not the intricate style of blending different genres to the degree that Crabcore calls for. And it doesn't hurt to admit that because I think that people are so afraid of criticism that they forget that criticism is where you find your best assets because it teaches you to push yourself further and to understand that by not thinking that you have achieved perfection, you can continue to achieve things a lot greater than you would have, you know, Anybody can put this out and say, "Yeah, I'm good with that." But that doesn't make it a good song. It it is lazy. It's lazy writing. It's lazy composure. And I don't think they're not aware of that. I think they're fully, completely aware of that. It doesn't mean that they individually are lazy. It means that they might lack the confidence to believe that they are able to do better than this because they don't know the direction they want to go yet. There's plenty of potential. I just think that as it is right now, it is not being used. So, if the criticism is offensive, then that's okay because that means that maybe you're not ready to accept that progression. But if the criticisms are taken and handled in a way that it's okay, you know what? They're right. I can do better. I can do this to a higher degree than what I'm pushing myself to. I fully anticipate that there would be a lot better songs put out. So take that as you will. I don't have to like every song. That's not what I'm here for. If I like every song, then I guess I'm not being honest, right? So, not gonna go in my rotation. Definitely don't anticipate listening to anything else unless a new album comes out, and then I can kind of gauge it based on that. Because this is, again, just the starting point of a band that is attempting to be revived. I just don't think that this was the revival that they were aiming to put out. So, on that note, I still have more things to go over. So, I'm going to say bye.